DreAllDay.com. Welcome everybody to another weekly motivation. This is Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com is the website. This week's motivation is about hearing and listening. Now you may have heard the saying or the question, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is no, because the sound does not exist unless it is actually heard. It only becomes a sound when it's heard. And what I'm talking about in this week's motivation is not the tree or the forest, but the difference between hearing and listening. Understand that if a tree was to fall outside of your house, wherever you are right now, you'll probably hear it. If that tree is big enough or it falls into something or it sets off a car alarm, you will probably hear the fact that that tree fell. The same way that when you have these big goals and places that you want to go and things that you want to do in life, you're going to hear some people telling you some things about your goals and about yourself or about your chances, whatever they want to call your chances, that may not be too positive. People telling you, hey, nobody from here, this country, this neighborhood, this team ever makes it to there, wherever it is you want to go. Or maybe they'll say you can't make it to where you want to go. Maybe people have done it, but I don't think you're going to be able to do it. Or they may be telling you all the challenges that you're going to come up against, how hard it is, how many people have tried and failed in the past, how much effort you got to put in, how many resources you'll need to do that you don't have right now. You're going to hear a whole lot of stuff from the peanut gallery, I like to call them. The peanut gallery being anyone who is not directly involved in helping you get to where you want to go to. That's the peanut gallery. Okay, you're gonna hear a whole lot of stuff from the peanut gallery about what you need, what you would have to do, all relating to things that you don't have right now, things that they think you can't do, maybe things you don't think you can do. You're gonna hear a whole lot of it over the course of your journey, from where you are now to where you're going. Maybe if you're just starting that journey, maybe you haven't even started it yet, maybe you're in the middle of it right now, maybe you've completed some journeys in your life and you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're gonna hear a lot. I'm here to tell you in this week's motivation that listening is not the same as hearing. Hearing is, listen, I can hear if some birds are chirping or somebody beeps their horn down there, I can hear that. It doesn't mean I was trying to hear, I just hear it because the sound and my ears work. I'm gonna notice things that come to my auditory system. Listening is not involuntary. Hearing is involuntary. And if you're sleeping and I just come in your house and start making a whole bunch of noise or playing some music real loud, you're gonna hear it and you'll probably wake up. You weren't trying to, but it's gonna happen because your ears are working. Listening is a choice. Listening is voluntary. Listening is, let's say you're in class at school. I'll give you an example actually once. I was on the basketball team in college. We had a team meeting and the coach was saying all this stuff. He was talking for a while and he called on one of the players, this dude named Lamar. He said, Lamar, tell me what I just said, because he was just checking to see if people were paying attention. So he said, Lamar, tell me what I just said. And Lamar was trying to say what he said. He said, I forgot what you said. And everybody started laughing. It was funny just the way that it went, because Lamar was hearing the coach, but he wasn't listening to anything the coach was saying. Listening means is not just the sound is coming around and you're aware that it's there, but it means you're paying attention to it, you are noticing it, you're analyzing it, you're filtering it to find what's useful for you. That's what listening is. It's a choice that you're making. You need to make the decision, especially those of you who are ambitious, have big goals, or you want to do something that very few people do, whatever that happens to be. You got to be very discerning when it comes to what you hear versus what you decide to listen to. Because you're going to hear a whole lot from negative people, from losers, from well-meaning individuals who are being negative. They don't even know they're being negative. They call themselves trying to help you out. You're going to need to know, all right, even though I heard all of this, I'm only going to listen to this much of it. Even though I hear you saying all this is the part that I'm going to listen to. And you got to be very smart about that. You got to choose, all these people are talking, I can hear all of them, but I'm only going to listen to these people over here. You got to be very smart and discerning what you listen to versus everything that you hear. And if you make mistakes in this, what you're going to find is you have misinformation. You're going to be acting on bad opinions. You're going to be following incorrect, inaccurate advice from people who are not even qualified to give it. And then you're going to find yourself becoming one of those people who's making all this noise that can be heard, but should never be listened to. So you got to be very smart in choosing your mentors, choosing your sources of information, choosing what you're going to pay attention to, and choosing what you're going to focus on. You want more help from me on that, make sure you are listening to the Work on Your Game podcast. It is every day, everywhere you can get podcasts. It's every single day. If you're not listening already, listen, you're already 600-700 episodes behind. The good thing is you can start catching up right now. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.